Hi, it's me, Sheila Truelove, and again, we are here with the best advice you've heard in a long time, and some great advice that I can even apply in my life. It's an eye opener for me. Let's finish up with Medea on children advice. It's how not to raise your children or just allow people to become narcissistic. How to prevent people from being narcissists. Let's listen in.
Like an eagle.
Like an eagle.
You know what an eagle do? I love nature. See, God teaches us through nature.
Yeah.
This is what an eagle do. When the boy eagle have a little chickies, eagle make a nest out of thorns.
Why you do that?
Yeah. So when the babies come, they take the feathers and they put it down on top of the thorns so they're comfortable. So when the babies come, they so comfortable. But when the babies stay too long, the eagle fans the feathers. So all that's left in the nest is thorns. So no matter which way the little eagle in there go, they can't get comfortable. And if they still won't leave, she take them and she throw them out the nest. What? Yes, she do. And watch them. They be flapping and flapping. Then right before they hit the ground, she go in and swoop down, pick them up, and bring them back up. You understand?
I want you to focus on that point. That part where she said, the eagle, God teaches us a lot about through nature, how the eagle, when the baby is born, the mom, the dad, it makes the nest so comfortable, so beautiful, so wonderful. But when the eagle get to a certain age, they make sure that there's nothing but thorns inside of this nest that they have. Thorns. So when the eagle wants to land, it's uncomfortable. So they have to kick the eagle out. Okay. So they kick the eagle out. But let me tell you the part that I really loved about what Medea just said and about the eagle world. They kicked the eagle out, forcing this eagle to fly. And let's say that the eagle is too weak. You notice how right before that eagle hits the ground, before that eagle gets hurt, the other eagle, they swoop down right in time. They sit up there watching while they kick that little eagle out, the kid, whatever, but their eye is right there on that kid. They're watching. And in the animal kingdom, before that little eagle hits the ground, because they see the eagle hasn't learned yet. It hasn't learned. And what that eagle does is it swoops down right before it hits the ground, and that eagle catches it right underneath it. You didn't hit the ground, kid. I got you. And that eagle caught that little eagle, and it takes him back up to the nest of thorns. And guess what? We have to school you just a little bit further. So we take you up under our wing again, and we got you flying up there like that. And then they drop his butt again. We're going to drop you again to see if you can spread your wings and fly yet. I'm getting emotional here. And then when they let that little eagle go out there and they do it for the second time, they let that little eagle go again. And let's say he's flying for a little bit, but he's not as good as he should be. And so he's getting ready to hit the ground again. But you notice how that eagle, and it's usually the mom, that swoops right under that little eagle before he hits the ground. Because if that eagle falls from such a height and he hits the ground, he's dead. He's dead. So the eagle knows how to for the third time. And by the third time, that little eagle, he's no longer nowhere near hitting the ground. No. He's good. She's good. She's ready to take off on her own. And I think that's what a lot of parents try to do. They see their little eagles out there ready to fly. They're all messed up on drugs. And when you listen to what Medea has to say also in terms of folks who have turned to drugs, nobody grows up to say, I want to be a drug addict. Normally people I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be blah, 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 something successful, something that is, how you say, prestigious, or something that's decent. But let's listen further to Medea. She's amazing.
Did she take back up? Do she go in there and put some more feathers? Hell no. You know what she do? She kick them out again. And they go to flapping and flapping, flapping. She run down and catch. By the third time she do that, they flying on their own. Do you understand?
Third time.
Sometime, honey, you just got to make it uncomfortable for your child to get the hell up out of your house. Take the feathers out the nest. Start with the television and work your way to the PlayStation. Do you hear what I'm getting?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I
Let me
hear
tell you
you.
something about this daughter of yours. She got two of them. The one that's on them drugs. I've never met one child in this whole life that said, I want to be. You ask a child what they want to be. They say a doctor, a lawyer. They never say, I want to be a drug addict. Something happens to people in their life. That's why you can never judge nobody. Because something happens that makes people go in certain directions. And wherever it happens.
This is exactly what I was telling my daughter. She's very judgmental. She doesn't understand somebody battling with alcohol. She doesn't understand someone who's doing everything in their power to live right and do right, and they're doing it on their own. They're pretty much struggling on their own. She doesn't know what loneliness is. She doesn't have a clue, not one iota of a clue. And my daughter is high and mighty. She doesn't understand, where her brother, she kicked her brother out of her home. But let me tell you something. The same things that she kicked her brother out for, if Lissetti, the man that she's with, whatever, husband, whatever, not her flesh and blood, just a husband, not her flesh and blood. He could be your husband today and not your husband tomorrow. Your brother is always going to be your brother. Your mom, what is the first command with the promise? Is it to be submissive to your husband? No. The first command with the promise, watch how you treat your parent. Honor your parents. And when you take that word honor from the Greek and the Hebrew language, it means to value. And anytime you value something, you don't sit up there and dispose of it like it's garbage. She thinks in her mind, my daughter, she honestly keeps thinking she's going to make a mockery out of God. She's going to make a fool out of God. And when I look at my daughter, I keep seeing nothing but Bill Cosby. Because it's going to take a minute for her, because she has money, she has her kids, she has support, she has all of that. So for her downfall to come, it's going to take a long time. It may take 20, 30 years. But it's coming, because she is so insistent on making a mockery out of God. She thinks she's going to make a fool out of Jehovah and Jesus Christ. My daughter has treated me so badly. She has put me through so much PTSD. I can't even begin to tell you, because I would have to make a whole new channel for that, She talks about I put her through PTSD. No. What put her through PTSD, the first one was Carlton. The second one was Monty. The third one was Musa. Those are the ones who really triggered her PTSD. I was the one who was trying to get her past it, to get her over it. But she doesn't understand that. But my main point is, like Medea, I'm gonna do another video on how to handle people like this who don't know how to appreciate you. Yeah. My daughter is going to reap, and deservedly so. She deserves it. She did not listen to what the Bible says, to treat your parents with honor. Treat your parents with respect. Because what does the Bible say? What's the first command with the promise? Let me see if you know. If you want things to go well for you, what's the first command with the promise? Watch how you treat your parents. You want to talk about how your parents did this and did that? That's for God and Jesus Christ to work on them. You do what you know is right. You're supposed to honor your parents. That means to value them. When you have something that's valuable, how do you treat it? Do you throw it away like it's garbage or something that's disposable? Oh yeah, I'll take it for granted. Because anytime I want to go back to it, yeah, they ain't going nowhere. They'll always be there. Really? Really? Like my son said, he said something. My son reminds me of Jesus Christ every day. Every day. My daughter, she's evil, she's wicked. She has allowed this organization that she's a part of to change her from some, like I told you, she used to be almost my favorite. She was my favorite. But she went from something that was beautiful, someone who was easy to talk to, someone who was down to earth and kept it real. She allowed this organization, this cult, to turn her into something that's evil, wicked, narcissistic, cold-blooded, and heartless. Totally heartless. And it's sad. It's a sad thing to watch. It really is. But like Medea says, you don't give up on your kids. You try your best not to. Let's listen in further with Medea.
If you can take them back to that point, you can take them to the healing. But you got to figure out how to get them back to where they went off track. You understand?
Yeah.
Every time there's a train derailment, they want to know where the incident happened. You got to take them back to the incident to make them heal. Talk to your daughter, child. Don't judge her. Now, she going to lie.
I know.
Yeah, a crackhead, a lie with the truth to do.
Yeah.
But you talk to her. And then that other daughter of yours, the one I want to see all the papers that you signed for her to have your house, tell her we're going to come pay her a visit. Me, you, and my lawyer.
You and your lawyer?
Yeah, he and this curse. He's with the firm of Smith and Wesson Esquire. Yeah. You understand? I'm going to call you. You ain't supposed to be on the phone. I'm going to talk to this girl.
You already know how Medea gets down, her Swiss and mess up. You know what her lawyer is. But the thing is, if you can look in my eyes, I think you can see the sadness of how this religion has totally destroyed my family. It destroys everyone's family. It does nothing but ruin relationships, friendships. Like, let's say you had a friendship for like 10, 12, 20 years. And the moment you disagree with this organization to say, you know what? I found somewhere else where I could be uplifted spiritually. I'm going to give in my disassociation letter. They will cause you to lose your family, everything. You know, I know this may be off the topic, but if you look in my eyes, I am so hurt. And I'm in such disbelief that my daughter turned my grandchildren against me. She is a trip. She didn't even want me. If I had a problem with AA, with alcohol, I quit alcohol for 8 years. I quit it because it was a problem with my daughter. It was a problem. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. Even without the alcohol. Her brother's not into alcohol. She cut him off too. She had a wedding. Did she invite her uncle? No, he was going to this cult diligently, just like her, knocking at doors and all. She didn't even want him at her wedding. This cult has poisoned my daughter, and they turned her from being a human being into this cold, narcissistic, demonic. Yeah, she doesn't even have any feelings anymore. It's unreal. You know, she's evil, she's wicked, and she's not even close. Not even a fraction. Anytime you're part of an organization that's supposedly religious, you're supposed to become more and more Christ-like. She's becoming more and more satanic, cold, narcissistic, wicked, and evil. Jehovah God, Jesus Christ said to watch your heart, safeguard your heart, because out of it comes forth life. The heart is what God is going to look at when it comes to judging you. Her heart is so poisoned. She's so cold. I would never go back to that organization she's a part of. Never, because of her. What I've seen this organization do to her and my brother, I would never go back to that. Never. It didn't turn them into loving Christ-like people. It turned them more and more to something that Satan, the devil, would be proud of. Totally. So if you look in my eyes, it saddens me. It breaks my heart. At the same time, like Medea's going to tell you, sometimes when you know people got to want to go, let them go, honey. Let them go. Because it's a protection that God is using to protect you. I am working like a dog to become Christ-like. Okay? I am not going to be like a Nebuchadnezzar, build an idol. No, I'm more like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I'm not bowing down to no idols. I'm not bowing down to no human beings. I'm not doing that. Which is the reason why my daughter and I, we bump heads. Because she wants me to turn my back on Jehovah God She wants me to turn my back on Jesus Christ, and I won't do it. I will never do it. Sheila True Love, until next time, bye.